Today we're going to show you how to breathe while you train. All right, so when I was in high school, my football coach, my weightlifting coach, the coaches at the high school told me that when I did a lift, I would breathe in on the way down, right? So like, and I'd breathe out on the way up. That's what I was supposed to do. That's wrong. They don't know what to talk about. Now, they might have been a great football coach. As a matter of fact, I've had some coaches that were great at their sport. They had no clue what to do when they were standing inside these 4 poles, right? Inside a squat rack, clueless. When the bar is moving on any of the lifts, we don't want to breathe. And think about it, it's just logical. So first off, the prime muscles of something like a deadlift or a squat are the hips, the muscles around the hips. The bar is gonna sit on Michael Wolf's back. I need everything between the barbell and his hips to be really rigid. If I am actively breathing out as I'm lifting, that is an energy leak. I don't want that, right? Now we call how to breathe during lifting, we call it the Valsalva Maneuver. I don't want this to be a super scientific video because it's gonna go over most people's head. Very simply, all we do is we take a big breath of air into our lungs, we close our throat, we close our glottis, and we tense our midsection like I'm gonna punch you in the belly, right? It's the same thing you do when you bear down, go to the bathroom, things like that. It's the same movement, and what it does, it creates a very rigid torso in the Valsalva to make sure that we don't lose any energy in the midsection for the lifts. But it does some additional things as well, right? We know, and we're gonna have people that argue this, that watch this video, that but, you're gonna have an aneurysm or a stroke if you hold your breath while you're moving the barbell. And the reality is that your blood pressure actually does spike significantly for a short period of time while you're lifting a heavy barbell. The reason you don't have a stroke or an aneurysm, and I would challenge you to try to find one on Google that actually shows that it does this, you basically can't find it in the literature, is because when you perform the Valsalva maneuver and you bear down, while your blood pressure goes up, i.e. the pressure from the inside of the arterial wall pushing out on the outside from the inside out goes up, because you tense all your muscles, everything from the outside also pushes in on the arterial wall. And we get homeostasis on the arterial wall itself. People don't have strokes or aneurysms because they lift heavy weight. They have strokes or aneurysms because they have high blood pressure for 40 straight years of like consistent, long-term, systemic high blood pressure, lots of pressure pushing out on the arterial wall for, like 40 years. And that wears it away. But with the lifting, we actually get homeostasis on that, on the artery wall, which is key. So we do this, when we lift, when the bar is moving, the basic rule is we are not breathing. We are holding our breath. We're holding and we're tensing our abdomen. We don't have to pooch out real hard. We've got a belt, we'll have you put a belt on here in a minute. Something to push out against a little bit. But for the most part, you're just tensing your midsection and holding your air, which means you have to breathe when the bar is not moving. So we'll walk through what the basic lifts look like and show you when to breathe and when to hold your air. You're gonna demonstrate that for everybody. All right, so we're gonna show you the Valsalva, or how to breathe on the squat. Notice that Wolf is wearing his belt. Again, that just allows him to tense his midsection up against something a little stronger. So let's see what that looks like. Good, big breath. Tall, good. He's all tensed up against the belt. He's gonna walk back. He's gonna breathe out a little bit. Take another breath. Squat, back up, then breathe out. And walk it in. Nice job, just like that. So breathing on the deadlift is the hardest, I think, because you're starting from the bottom. It's very hard to bend over and get a good breath and tense up your abdominal wall against, basically you don't have the barbell in your hands yet, right? So you've got to set up, the barbell's on the floor. And so you've got to set that Valsalva and make the weight heavy in your hands and then pull, and you've got to do that while holding your midsection as tense as possible. So just watch the cadence. The cadence of the deadlift really matters. We've got great videos on that throughout on the Barbell Logic channel. So let's watch you set up for this. So you've set your stance, you take your grip. Notice he hasn't thought about his breathing yet. Shins go forward. Now he's gonna get ready to take a breath, squeeze his chest up, heavy in the hands, and drag up the legs. Just like that, holds the breath down, and then breathes out. That's how we deadlift. Nice job. So now you know how to effectively breathe while training. For more great videos on how to be more efficient in your lifts, click the link right up here.